And good morning and welcome to KEYE, the presentation of the 2019 Centennial Parade.
And there's the flyover. They started that parade off with a bang.
Yes, sir. Can you tell what kind of airplane that is, Greg?
Some kind of trainer.
Okay.
You have their military planes, though.
Are they?
Very cool. I wish I'd had my camera ready.
Super deal. Want to remind you that this parade is being brought to you by Perryton National Bank. Perryton's bank since 1919. They've had some ads in the paper that were very, very interesting. They took pictures of their preliminary meeting on August the 7th, 1919, and it was the home of Mr. George M. Perry in the city of Occotree, state of Texas. And George M. Perry, W.B. LeMaster, F.L. Carson, C.W. Carson Jr., and H.S. Wilbur purposed the meeting, discussed the plans for the opening of a bank in the new town to be established in the new railroad in Occotree County, Texas, known as Perryton. After due deliberation, they decided to organize under a partnership agreement, and the second ad that was taken in the paper was the Bank of Perryton Unincorporated, open for business August the 18th. The following statement of business at the class as the day dated above. Resources: cash in bank, $30. Side exchange with Kansas in bank in Wichita, $764.40. Liabilities, $794.40. And as of August 2019, 180 million assets in Perryton National Bank. We appreciate them. The honor guard's going by right now. Flag of the United States and Texas Boys Scouts, and their flags got several of those, Sharon.
Yes, and they've been practicing. Look at that. Look at those steps.
Now, we may not be heard here in just a minute. They may turn on the sirens as they pass our way here. In the past, they've turned them on. Got lots of sheriffs.
Uh-oh. Candy from a truck.
Sheriffs and sheriff's deputies, police.
There goes the planes again.
Another
Yay!
flyover by the flag. Texas Game Warden Jeremy Schwalk and kids, and some more sheriff's deputies. We've got several of these first responders going by before we get to the pioneers. Some more sheriff deputies. Hi, guys.
Taking
Thanks
care
for your
of
service.
us. Amen. I feel safe.
Absolutely. And the Occotree County Emergency Management, I've heard about that and haven't seen it. This is a trailer that they prepared for emergency situations to help as far as communications are concerned. That's a good looking trailer right there.
You bet.
About a 30-footer and well equipped, I'm sure. More sheriff's deputies, and have you ever seen so many police officers in your life, Greg?
Well, you know, when I
Well,
wasn't in trouble, no.
Well, it's because we're safe here. That's why we've got a wonderful community that we do. We have our law enforcement.
Yeah, and there's one with the back end that's all set for canines, animal control of Perryton, right over
Amen.
there.
Taking a
Hey,
good care
folks.
of our deer. And you know, when they work with Audra Wells, getting our dogs
There's the constable
there you are. Hi there.
going by, and then we've got, let's see, I'm not sure what this one is. Hi, folks.
Oh,
Yeah,
yay.
another
They're pulling
constable.
something. Yeah. Hello there, the constable. And I think one of those, our farm manager, Thomas Thiel, is driving one of those, isn't he, John? Or
Yeah,
is it
he's
the
right
next one?
there,
Hey,
waving at
there
us.
he is,
Perryton Fire
waving at
Department,
us.
Unit 355. That's for use out in grass fires, Sharon.
Yeah, my grandson wants to meet a fire truck driver.
And here comes the ambulance, and following close behind
is our, I guess we're going to start our with the parade entry. It's a Wheatheart of the Nation celebration, and we do know that we've put this together, this next float that's coming by, to honor all of the descendants of those people that were here from 1868 to 1919, and they're going to be on our floats, and they're in some of the cars that are coming down. But I tell you right now, I think this may be
that's Kerry, and
he is our mayor, and he is the at the head of our parade today, along with his family. And we're waving, and they're all ready to go. Look, and I'll tell you what, I think
beautiful Thunderbird.
I think those are grandchildren. Beautiful. And then coming up next,
love
John,
Cynthia's cowboy hat.
Yeah.
There comes the flag.
There they go again. I mean, whose parade has an airplane
Did you get a video of that one, Greg?
Just a still picture.
Now
Okay.
we're coming with our early pioneer families of Ochiltree County, and they're coming. We've invited 774. We don't know that all of them came, but they're coming from Taiwan and 13 other states. And here they come, and heading there, they're signed Early Pioneers, 1868 to 1919. And then, John, we have horse riders, and there's one of our favorites. How are you, sir?
And there's the Longhorn Steers.
And we've got riders on front of us.
They got a leader that is a big steer. That sucker looks to weigh 2,000 pounds or more. Those are good-looking animals.
On the horses? They're right in front of them.
Don't have those horses.
Let's see. There was Justin Russell?
No, we didn't have the riders with the.
Oh, well, I think when it was York,
great.
but I'm
Here
not
comes
sure.
the covered wagon.
Well, now here comes
there's
some
Justin
riders
Russell
right
and
there.
a Giants Russell Outriders.
Yeah, they are. And look at here. Now we've got our covered wagons. You know how many had to travel here on the wagon. And, of course, they're owned by Wayne Side of Amarillo. And a huge thank you to all of you for making this headliner possible. Next also is the
Dr. Buggy.
It's the Dr. Buggy, and of course it was Rocky Johns, great grandson of Sherman and Laura Johns, and also I believe Doug Johns with Rocky in the buggy is Alice Patterson.
And the freight wagon.
And a freight wagon, and we got horses too, people, on all lines. There's no way we can talk. Johns was the first doctor.
Lachlan Russell, I believe, is riding that horse.
Okay.
And on the other side, Sam Brillhart.
Hey, we're doing good on that. By the way, Mary helped get some good things. Now, John, here come up some cars. What kind of car is this?
Well, this is Penny Clark, and driving a Thunderbird.
And
this is the
2004 Monterey Miss Green, and right in the front of that is Elmira McGarrah, 100 years old, right here in Perryton,
Give
Texas.
us away, Elmira. There you go.
And Penny, of course, the owner of that and driving it as she comes down. I've had an interview with her, 100 years old on our 100th birthday. And then the Brillhart family comes from H.C. Brillhart from 1886.
That's the Silver Rolls Royce Wraith.
And sitting in that is H.C. Brillhart, whom we all know, very talented and been a great, continues his legacy today of his mother and father. And Claire is the grandson of Samuel and Amanda Hall Brillhart.
And there's the...
Here we have with us Lucy Swack, is that correct?
No.
That's Lucy right there.
Two-tone.
That's Lucy Swack.
White Chevrolet.
That's Lucy Coker
And
Swack.
Sam Brillhart and Lachlan Russell on the other side. Hi, guys.
There we go. And now this next car is pink. What, John?
That's a
what kind is that?
2002 Red Torch Ford Thunderbird.
No. That's a 57.
Oh, 57 Dusk Rose.
Yeah, there
Dusk
we are.
Rose
Phyllis,
Thunderbird.
So I was
Phyllis
right.
Sorry
Price
about
is
that.
Sitting in that. We had that wrong.
Greg's the car man.
Right
he knows
here.
exactly.
Jim and Penny, yes,
And
sir.
here's the Chevy Suburban from Great America.
From Great America. And on that is the Ruth Neufeld McGuire and daughter Stephanie. And we're so happy to have them here. And then right behind that, John,
That's
what
the
is
Red
that?
Torch Thunderbird convertible, 2002.
We're trying to stay up
Yeah.
here, and in that is Betty Daniel. Yes. No, that is a Patsy. We've got Patsy in that one. And Patsy, Nanny Peterson Sparks.
And the horse riders,
Taylor
Connie
Russell.
Odell Morris and Sidney Brillhart
Okay, now it's
on
coming
the
up.
horse riders.
Let's see, coming up next.
He is a white Mercedes Nope.
No.
White Chevrolet Traverse.
Ooh, I see a 55 Chevy convertible.
2020. Who's in there? I can't see who that is.
Am I
That
right
Miss
on
Gurley?
that?
That's a white Traverse right there.
Okay, that's Miss
There you
Gurley.
go.
Yes, she's there with her family. We've got to get all this straight, and it's not easy. But they were David and Bird and Seraph Messenger Stump, and Seraph's father and E.S. Messenger were those that are here in the early times.
And that Traverse is one of the
Yes.
highlighted cars
And,
at the Great America
And I
this
think
afternoon.
the next car is going to be this, but we also have Marjorie Stallings. That was 96 years old. She was here in her family here in 1912. And then Rita Howe Allen, and they will be going by here shortly.
That's
and
a 2016 blacktop gray bottom Ford Mustang convertible. That's a good looking
and
car.
Mylene Thrasher is in that car right there.
This is a 55 right here, isn't it?
That's right, 55 Bel Air turquoise white Chevrolet convertible.
Turquoise white Chevrolet convertible can be none other than hopefully Mary Anita Selby Miller. I hope that's who it is. We've got to start matching these up because we've got them mixed up. And John?
And on the horses, Morgan Morris and Bella Brillhart. Congratulations, good to have you guys.
What car is next?
And coming up next is the white Mercedes convertible, 2019 5560.
And I believe that they have the Janet and Polly Parnell family in that car all the way. I think you came a bunch from San Antonio. They've got quite a party coming up, and they were all here in in the early days. And there's 22 members participating. And driving that car is Leslie Fusen Williams. As you said, that white Mercedes convertible. And then Don Cooper is coming up here in a moment in a car that I don't know which one his
This is the 2020 white 3/4 ton diesel 271 LTZ crew cab
Well, let
from
me tell
Great
ya,
America. Mulaney's are in there.
Well, Robert Lee and Annie Malik Heath moved to Amarillo, but Don Cooper is all part of them in there. We're trying to get all this in, guys. We love you. And they've been here since 1906. And let me tell you, Don is also related to Emma Flowers and the Robert Dietz family. All right, John? And
What's this coming up? You know what that is?
I'm
Greg?
guessing that's a 67 Bronco.
It's a
That's
20
a
it's
72 blue and white
man,
Ford
I
Bronco.
missed that by a
let's
long
see.
shot.
I've got down it's a white something, but not that, and I'm not sure who's in that car,
It's
John.
this one right here, hon.
Oh, so we skipped
I know
this
where that
family.
Bronco lives. I've been admiring that for a long
Okay,
time.
so we've got Tart Cook in there with his family. Of course, has been here since 1900. His family started, and our horses are.
I believe Mason Morris and Madison Brillhart.
And then, of course, we're coming down here in a moment with the Grady Colleen Yeary family. She's 95. And John, what are they driving?
Well, that is a blue Ford Mustang convertible 1990 model.
Commonly known as the Fox Body.
Okay.
And
all
it's
right.
driven by none other than Brady and Lana Yeary. So here we have another one. Bob Wright is riding in that one. What is it, John?
72 yellow and white Chevrolet.
Okay,
Pickup.
Bob Wright is always in a little bit ahead of them right there. We are trying to get all this together. And there's the Odell family. We could not possibly get through this without the Odell family. And
I have Mason Morris and Madison Brillhart, but I'm not sure about the horse riders.
and then that green-white Chevrolet coming up right here.
Yep, a 1966 green and white Chevrolet pickup.
Larry Don and Joyce Smith and the children and grandchildren, they came here, I think, taking on purchasing Section 21 that they're here, and they're all their great and great-great-great-grandchildren are honoring their heritage today.
And we have our first float coming up, Sharon.
All right, I know that we'll go back. There may have been a few families that we were not able to get in because of the getting everything coordinated, but we'll try to come back and talk about them later. But this first one is the McClary family float. What are they driving?
They've got a pickup with a 14-foot trailer on it, and that looks like a F-150 Ford.
Well, they came here in 1898, T.S. and Medora McClarty, and many of them, the McClarty descendants are here from Oklahoma, New Mexico, Kansas, Arizona, and Texas. Hello, early pioneers McClarty.
And got a serenader on the bottom, on the back. And let's see here, we've got horseback riders. Let's see if I can I've got Sandy Odell. I know that's not Sandy
No, it's
Odell.
not Sandy Odell. So we've got the riders, but they're not Northern.
Weston Taylor.
Uh-huh. And it could be, no, it's not Emily Ward. I don't think so. That's what's on the list, but we'll check it out later. And John, it might be good if you read the card and then let me give the family's name because we're not getting the names on the cards. And then you can come back and talk about them. How about that?
Okay, we don't have a name on this pickup,
Well,
but that's a Super F450 Lariat.
Well, this is the Flowers family float for booming since 1907, and they're saying howdy.
Oh,
and
they're armed.
You look how that is decorated. And
Yeah,
I
they're
tell you
armed.
what,
Watch out.
since 1907, and the family descendants have held reunions yearly in Perryton since 1928, which is this year was 91 years.
And horseback, we've got Garrett Good and Keith Good. And let's see, Megan Good. All three of them.
And coming up next, John, I believe is a Weedy float. Can you see that far down so I can get my notes together?
That's what I'm seeing, Weeby.
Okay, well, the Weeby family is coming up right now. And, of course, they came in 1877. Nathan Neufeld was from South Russia, and I think the other gentlemen, they were Mennonites. And I tell you what, they are all here today.
Wow, that's a crew, guys.
And they've got a reunion this weekend. Yay!
Jacob and Agnetha.
Yes, they were immigrants from Russia and Germany. Yay!
And on the horses, we've got
Garrett Good was that.
Joe Newman.
And Kobe, is Kobe Kyle out there?
Ryan Bushman.
Okay, we had the Weedy family. I've got to have another. Now we have the semi-truck loader on Main, and it's the large. The floats are here, and who's on that first one? Float number 1 has several families, one of which are the Eubanks, and the Samuel and Amanda Brillhart.
My word,
they
look
have
at them.
millions of here, and also
gobs of
the
folks.
Dickinson, the Eubanks, the Dickinsons, they're all
Multifamily.
families. They're having
Brillhart.
Look at them.
You name it.
You name it.
They get a
That's a
truckload.
big one.
That's a whole bunch of people.
That's an entire truckload right
There you go.
And the next one, this next one is going to be carrying, I believe, the Smith Lydia Ellis, who came in 1889, and then also the W.R. Bob Garrett, who was a single man who first cared, but obviously talked a young, beautiful woman into coming, and then also the Amanda, it's descendants of Samuel and Amanda Brillhart are affectionately known as Uncle Bob. And they're here today, and it's the first time some of them seen each other in 133 years. So welcome to the 100th celebration.
And on the horseback, we've got Greg Good on the far side, and near side, Ryan Bushman.
And is this float number 3, Greg? Could you help me looking on that?
That looks like Stallings.
XT03.
Stallings,
Okay.
Stump, Rogers, Whitney, Field, Smith.
Well, we've got families from everywhere riding here, and they're looking family. As they said, he's got us all the Stumps, the Rogers, the Neufeld, and the Smith. And I bet all of you are connected some way. We all belong to somebody else, don't we?
There's the Neufelds.
We got big families because we're all related. Happy 100th birthday. So glad you're here.
Stallings at the rear of the truck.
There they are, the Stallings. Yay! What do you
And
know,
happy
girl?
folks too.
Yeah, they're all smiling. Hi, Jay.
They've been on these things
Where's your
since
piano?
8 o'clock this morning. That's quite a feat.
Well, that's a bunch being
This
together.
is the Smith and Herters, Sharon.
The Smith and Herders.
Float
okay.
number 4.
Number 4. It's on truck number 4.
That's what it says.
Okay, XE04. We got to find down there. We're moving pretty fast.
There you go,
We've
right
got
there.
the Smith and the Herders, and they're all there together today.
Yeah,
and they
there
came
they
here,
are.
They came here with 1,900 of cattle back in the old days, and
And-
they're all here today celebrating. And they're
There's the Herders.
they're kin
Yeah.
to everybody too. You're making
And
it. You're
on
making it beautiful.
horseback, Barantz,
Yes, there. Hello.
Haley's, Lane Haley, and that's the last of the horses is what I've got.
All right, they looking pretty good out there. And next is that the 5th float. I think, Greg, you're being a great spotter this morning. You're really helping me out.
Really testing my eyes.
Those were both Laura Durant and Ben
Okay,
Durant.
so can you see what?
Charlie and Lane Haley.
And the float number what?
5.
5. Okay, we're going to have the Butlers. William and Mary
Wagner.
Butler came here in 1904. And then also we have a family on there, the Margaret Mary and Margaret Wagner. Some of the names that are coming up are the Wagner families. And then also we come in there all joining their families today. 35 members. 35. Keep on smiling. Hi. And then next flight, also with the Dogsons on that flight, the Donnies, the Coulters, there was some Bassleton on there. They were all here early years of our community. And then we had also we have a long one on that.
Yeah, this is float number 6 coming
the
up.
Conleys, the Tevises, the Richardsons, there were so many. And so on float number 6, there will be the Jack Christian Allen, come from Ocklawaha County, from Texas.
Allen, Mears, Williams, Cood,
the Cood, and
Derry, Dutcher, Grisby, Mallet, Swigert, Witt, and Johnson.
Well, I'm glad he can read. I couldn't. So thank y'all for being here. But I got about a book about you. We'll talk later, okay? We have a lot more to tell people about you. Now, this next show, as we come along, will be from 1906. As I said, will be the Jack Allens from Ocklawaha County. And, of course, he and Charlotte and their daughter and Bertie and S.P. Tevis came and organized the First Baptist Church. And then also John Wellesley and Margie Payne.
Sammy Judy's driving the truck.
Swink. And we have Swinks on there, the grandparents of Dr.
Kelly.
Wade. Kelly also. They own the Daily Hotel, the Daily Glass, and his
The Masters, some of them.
Masters, yes.
Swinks.
They've got them all
There
on
you
there.
go.
We got your history here.
Copeland and Barlow. There you go.
We love you for doing that. As I said, John, there's so much to be told. These people coming back this far, and yet we don't have the time. But you would be amazed at what I've done on this. On float number 8. On number 8, we're down here already to
Let me read them off of their sign up there.
Read
George Parnell, Elsie, Haley, Peterson, Fletcher, Deere, Hergert, Schollenbarger, Shearer, and Thomas. Got a lots of them on that one.
And they're all here today honoring their ancestors at the 100th birthday. Thank you.
And they all got nice soft seats on hay. Those bales of hay was a good idea.
Well, who wouldn't want to see that on a bale of hay? That's great. And then on the Pride of the Panhandle, John, you saw that this morning.
This is the first band of the parade. So I believe, are we through with the Pioneers?
I think we are. So we got to...
Let's see if we can pick up that band.
Yeah. Where's it from?
This is Guyman.
Guyman.
Marching band.
Good size band, John.
Leading the parade with the trombones and the trumpets. That's a big band. I don't know how many in there, but could be 150 or more in that band.
And you know what, John? Well, we got to remember that all these bands started coming when the wonderful father, Robin, and her brother Chris, and what's the other one?
Jim, Dell.
Jim and Dell started a scholarship program giving $1,000 to every band that would come and march in our parade because they wanted music to stay alive. He's not with us today, at least not in this parade, but I tell you, his support, and he continues to support this through his family and businesses in our community. So those bands, we can always call the music man Bob Lemon. And the Seasons Assisted Living is in front of us, John.
Yep, and a good hello.
And there they are.
Happy
waving.
to be down the road with the
Yeah, because
Seasons.
they know they helped build us, and we're thanking them.
Right behind it, Museum of the Plains with a John Deere D. I probably drove one of those John Deere Ds.
Well, and that museum is going to have a lot. 1906 to 19, Gray Community. Look who's there back there. Oh, she's driving it. Well, she could drive anything, couldn't she? That's the Museum of the Plains, and fantastic.
Here comes the Lion Sweethearts.
Oh.
Haley Cater.
Haley Kaler. Got her. Right there. Oh, it's good to see a beautiful girl in the back of a what is that? A convertible.
And we've got F11 win a classic car, Oklahoma Square Dance Federation.
Amen. And there you can win a classic car
That
by
would be a
buying $1.
67.
Yeah, 67.
Wow, good looking car.
Oh, well, look at the good people in it.
Yeah,
Pretty. I think they're foxy ladies, don't you?
you bet. Right behind them is a demo derby car that has Bartlett's Lumber Snack Pack for Kids, Tiny's Iron Demo Shop. A lot of people sponsoring that demo car, which
And you know,
of course is
they're selling raffle tickets to somebody. If they win, they get to drive in the last heat of the demo derby. And you know, I've signed up. But
Have you?
But when they said they might, if I win, I get $500. I'll take the $500.
Take the
yeah, I'm going to.
safer deal.
Yeah.
Safer bet on that one.
Where are you?
Coming up next, we got us another band, Sharon.
I know. And here we go with the Woodward High School Band. And these bands get bigger every year, John.
Yes, they do.
Woo! Now they're getting in front of us.
Woodward High School Marching Band.
Good looking group.
You bet. Next is the Todd family.
Todd family, 1919 to 2019. And now look at that car. That's what I want. You know what year? These are these antique cars. They're incredible.
I was looking to see what kind of car that was. And there's Cliff McGarrett.
Well, he's driving it. Wait a minute. Does he have a license?
I'm not sure whether they allow him to be with a license or not.
You mean we could we could give
There's
him
a
permission?
Volkswagen Beetle right
Oh, I think they've got 27 people in there.
Yes, they
Hey, they must love each other. Look at that.
there. And we've got some time coming up if you want to speak to the pioneers of the parade. There was a lot of information that we wish we'd had time to have read about it, but
I can't reach it.
Okay.
But anyway, we're as I said, there's a lot of work put into it, and so that the families are here. But I think just seeing them on the parade, they're all been smiling, and I know Mary talked a lot about how excited they were when they were invited. And just for your information, there are people out of 15 or 13 states showing up, and one gentleman from Taiwan. So I tell you what, they were really into this and ready to be here for our celebration. Now here we have the cutest one. It's called the Animal Clinic, and I wonder who somehow I think they have some people in their family that are very artistically talented. Does that look like somebody
Does
from
it
the
reckon that the
Animal
Skag
Clinic?
is driving
I
that?
wonder if the Skags are involved
That
in
looks like
any of
his
that.
pickup to me.
Well, it looks like that.
did a good job on that.
Well, it looks like kind of like him a little bit, doesn't it? That little puppy sitting in the door.
He probably heard that.
Well, he'll love it. He'll
Yep.
love it.
And you know, we got more coming down the road here. This has been an outstanding parade already, and they're mixing and matching the bands in between the floats, Sharon. That really adds spice to the.
That adds spice to it. And all our problem is we got to keep up with this.
A while ago we saw Cliff McGarrah.
Yes.
And
Animal Clinic coming back. We might be in shape again.
he had an antique tractor, nothing, no definition of any of these antique autos. And Animal Clinic, commercial float. Coming up should be Sammy's
And
Beauty Salon.
Well, we're on it right there.
Gonzalez Auto Lathe.
Jetty Man. She's out there in this celebration. Thank you for participating. Celebrating 100 years.
Sammy's Beauty Salon.
Now here we have somebody coming down with some candy, John, and they're going, oh, they're throwing it now. There's going to be a bunch. I think the Perryton Smokehouse is coming up. This is one wonderful deal here. It's going to be in the commercial float contest. But they've got the 100 birthday cake sitting right there on top of that truck. So that was quite something. Yeah, that was something. And who can go without candy being thrown? And they're throwing it on the street. Oops, well, wait a minute, maybe not. Yeah, there they go. They have to walk it and throw it.
Smokehouse has been here for 27 years. The sign I see on their float. Lots of people out. And we got us a band coming. This is...
could that be Clayton High? Because it's not Guyman.
Must be Clayton. Yeah, we've already had Guyman.
Yeah, we've had Guyman, so this might be our, if we can read those shirts. I think it is. Now you can see that orange, John.
You bet you can. Probably their school colors.
And I tell you what, Bob Lennon would be proud to see him here. He's trying to get people out of the Roosevelt row. Here we have the bank. You're going to have to move over. And we have a bank coming up here. It is none other. John, thank you. That helps us out. It was established here in 1907, and so proud to have it in our parade. It's the First Bank Southwest, John, as I got it listed here. And they really went all out.
You bet they did.
I bet that looks just like it. Back in 1907.
There's a picture of a tractor, engine on the truck. Might have been pulling that.
That's exactly what it was
up to Perryton from Old Ochiltree.
Well, I do understand that they had people inside working during the move, so they could make sure they were always there servicing their communities.
First Bank Southwest. Coming up next, we got Perryton Rodeo Association.
Right there. One of our nonprofit organizations that does a lot for this community, bringing people in and having entertainment and activities for those that still want to keep the cowboy world alive. And let me tell you, the Rodeo Association has a fantastic membership of volunteers, and it shows because work gets done not just on the rodeo but throughout our community. And I know that Pam's right in front of us. She is the queen of rodeo right here.
Preserving our Western heritage.
Can't be no rodeo without Pam. Fantastic.
Saddle up, a town on the move. That's a good slogan.
Amen.
Preserving our Western heritage.
And they got that marvelous cutout ironwork of bucking horse. Did you ever ride buck and rock? They probably
only when I was trying to break them, and
well, you didn't ride.
I wasn't that good at it, so I certainly didn't get into the rodeo business.
They just bumped you off, so that was okay. I don't want to lose those little boys. Okay.
Well, I started off early on the horses and decided landing off of the big one wasn't fun.
The big one wasn't fun.
Yep.
There's a Twisted Sisters. Somebody's been cutting out some scissors. As everybody at home can, at the parade can see that at home. They've got these huge scissors cut out and pasted on their golf cart. But you know what? That's a very effective cart. I see some longhorns on the top of it, on the front of it.
Yep.
Guiding the way. And then we have, of course, the wonderful Frank Phillips College that we know has done so much for our community. And in fact, they've still got their enrolling registration going on. Amber, her and her big crew out there have.
I think classes starts at 26th.
26th, and they're on a float with their colors. They're blue and yellow, or they could be gold. But
start here, go anywhere.
Right, but they come back. See, remember, they always come back.
Can I thank Perryton National Bank again?
Yes, thank you.
For
no, we're fine.
Sponsoring this parade.
Please do,
we appreciate it every year.
Please do.
Come rain or shine, they help to bring this to you. Hope you're enjoying it if you're not in Perryton. We're doing the best we can. Sometimes it's hard to read a lot as they pass by, but here comes the Perryton Equity Exchange. It's difficult for me to say Equity Exchange because I've called them Perryton Equity all my life. But they're no longer in Perryton. They're all over.
No, they had some construction workers on this because it looks like every type of building they work with. From the what are the first one? Isn't that a, what do you call that first one, John?
Well, those are storage.
Storage?
Yep.
All of it.
And of course, they had a 100-year concert last night here in Wigan Park. They've been established since 1919, so they're 100 years old
I think that truck has been around a long time.
Yeah, I don't have the age on that. What is that, Greg?
I'm going to guess that's a 48.
48?
I'm guessing.
Was that a Ford?
Maybe it's a
Chevrolet, 48 Chevrolet. Here comes the band.
Balco Band.
Balco, Oklahoma.
And they're dressed to the hilt. Listen, they get points for coming in those beautiful, and they've got these patent leather shoes. Oh, they are dressed to the hilt. Man, good looking band from Balco.
Well, that's a cute one, a town on the move.
Town on the move, right there. And he's got his wheat in the back. There he's going. He's taking it to the field. And this one, John, is, I can't read that. Can you read it?
Let's see.
Greg, can you help us out? We're having trouble reading that. They've got on their float some of the most beautiful young ladies. It looks like a fabulous castle, and their beautiful women are sitting on that float, and it's MB. I can't see that, but we'll check on it later. But you look fantastic.
Is it getting to the switcher? Well, it's going to the switcher. What about the well, I made it. Huh? I wonder if the wireless is working.
Did we reboot?
No. Go ahead and talk so he'll get a signal, Karen. Are you getting something?
Right in front of us is the I've got my glasses here, but it is a 4-H. How can I not read 4-H? But it's looking fantastic up there. And beautiful people walking by. We're also trying to... Now the Mud Hut that goes along with the animal clinic, keeping our puppies that have not been, that have just been left out, and there's Audra with them, and they've got some of them over there, and they're saying howdy. Hey, they're saying happy 100th anniversary, Perryton, the Mud Hut. Save a life. Save a life. Now here we have the Mud Hut Rescue, and look how they've decorated that car. Now that's pretty smart, right there. Asking for the support of all of those dogs that are neglected. And there's the truck that I know that Audra drives back and forth taking dogs that are requested around the United States. So many times if we can keep the Mud Hut going here financially, we can also supply lots of homes across the country that are dogs that are wanted, whom others kind of throw away. And our band in front of us is could that be Turpin, John?
Well, I'm trying to think. But it's not going to the switcher.
I think they're going to play here in just a minute. It's amazing how these youngsters, school has barely started, and here they're coming for their first performance at the Wheatheart of the Nation Parade. So they haven't had a whole lot of practice. But I tell you what, it's looking plenty good today. And we didn't get to hear them play. They're probably playing. And there we have the Dusty Trail Arms right in front of us. Number VO7, a beautiful car, as you can well see. And behind, it's VO8. And another truck that's coming down the line. Dusty Trails, Dusty Trail Arms, right behind there. Here we come with the Perryton Office Supply, Verizon, Radio Shack truck driving down there with their fabulous employees that are always there with the greatest customer service in town and every product that you could ever know that anybody wants. And of course it's a bright red one, so look at those smiles. That's what they do best. Go by and see them. Perryton Office Supply, a company that supports this community in every way. PTCI, our truck, they've got bubbles coming out and candy coming out, and the kids are going for it as well, you know. PTCI, another wonderful company in our community, and therefore we feel delighted that they're in there. Here we have the McCormick tractors coming through, and they look pretty hefty out there. I'm trying to get the exact name as we're written here, but we don't see it yet. But if you can see it on the television, you know it's McCormick, and tractors that have probably been around a long time, because they don't have cabs and they don't have TVs. They don't have everything that you could possibly need with your. Oh yeah, the cover. They have to have the cover on it. So I think there's a lot of people that might be on those floats earlier of our old decisions that were on tractors like that, and folks, not just the men. You'd be surprised how many of those women were always out there in the field with the men, taking care of that. And now we have coming by here is the truck. Oh, Greg, do you know what kind of car that is?
You don't know what kind of car?
No, don't make me look stupid.
It's a Corvette.
Oh my gosh, who gets to drive a Corvette?
I think that's a 1980 Corvette.
A 1980 Corvette.
Good looking car, isn't it?
It is fantastic.
What a pretty color.
What color is that?
I don't know. I think I'm going to take a guess that's what they call candy brandy wine.
Candy brandy wine.
I think so.
No, I think you're right.
Yeah,
I think
beautiful
you
car.
speak the truth.
Beautiful
And then another
car.
Wrangler behind them, and then we have the Perryton High School class of 1974. Do we have anybody on that float we know, John? Oh, we do. It's Jill. So all of the listen, they're looking some pretty good ladies out there at their reunion. Hey, God, look at y'all. Super duper duper. We can't hear you. You're looking fabulous. 1974, right? Yay! Yay me! I know, I love you.
Let me see your phone.
They've got that decorated up, and what a wonderful time to have. And look here, the Satellite Center, and who's that foxy lady out there in the blue? Get her name and number. Look at that. Happy 100th birthday coming in, these great kids. How fabulous. How fabulous. Everybody's smiling. Everybody's happy. The weather is beautiful. We could not pick a better day. PTCI is above us, taping all of these wonderful events. And, oh, I'm waving while I'm trying to talk and telling hello to everybody. And you can be able to see this later on and have a record of it. The 100th birthday of Perryton, Texas. Hard to believe, isn't it? Yeah, hard to believe. So we're here today, and if you're not and you're listening, also there may be some of you at home that would have loved to have been here. But somehow, you know, those years kind of catch up on us, and we can't go everywhere all the time. But we hope you're enjoying us bringing this to you. And if any of you out there are one of our older generations and would like to have an interview, you call me. Because even after our 100th anniversary, we'll never forget our descendants and our ancestors that helped build this community. So give me a call. Right in front of me is the Perryton High School Ranger Band. Here they go. Oh, they look pretty sharp. Look at them out walking out there. Good size band. And we have a new band director this year. And they're just, whatever was good will just get better. There they go. Now there's a little girl carrying a tuba. Now I don't know how she does it, but she's carrying a big old tuba, and she's not as tall as I am, folks. That's short. What a beautiful looking group of young people. golf cart in the back. Good for them. Good for them. There goes our Perryton High School band. We didn't get to hear them, but with a parade this big, and my goodness, look who's behind us. It's a team to Perryton. There they go. Are they beautiful, handsome, gorgeous people? Love you all. Fantastic. I'm probably talking so loud because I'm yelling at everybody. Sorry, David. I get excited. And coming up the road, I think, Greg, I'm going to depend on you. Kind of checking out here. There was a van, and I think coming up here might be...
What, do you think it's too hot?
Okay, Greg.
What?
Can you see the side of that one?
That says
Teamwork.
teamwork makes the dream work.
Okay, there they are.
And
right
that
on
is going to be the Red volleyball team.
Well, they got to play volleyball tonight, don't they? Go Red! Go Red! And they're going to play tonight, and they're out here walking the parade. Well, they're young. They could do that. But there goes one of our fabulous teams, and right behind them, we have the bass fishing. We actually have a group of young men that have formed an organization who are fishermen, and so they're trying to fish for some of us. In fact, it's growing more every year. So they're in our 100th anniversary, and we'll probably be here 100 years from now. Fishing will never die. All of our ancestors will tell you about that. We got a little bit of time between these two that'll be coming up in a minute, and we're trying to make sure we're seeing the right floats that come by. A little bit of a slag here, but that's okay. We can take a break. I might get a sip of water.
But you're not getting to
just 1 minute.
Not even with the AM computer.
We got a few cheerleaders coming up here in just a moment, but if you haven't been watching the news throughout the years, not only our teams, our athletic teams, our cheerleader squads in both junior high and high school have done some phenomenal award winnings throughout. They go to camps, they come back winners every year. And I tell you what, if you were to have to find out how much work goes in, they're not just out there during the games. They're working on everything all day long. And if you are a cheerleader sponsor, we thank you. They're cheering for us now. Here's the Groover High School Band, and they're going to play for us. Another bunch of young people that through their school activities, this is something they can take as an option, and it's a lot of work too. And here we have Tootin' Totem, our store on the corner, and I just talked to a guy that was going to be working with the Tootin' Totem parade this morning at the breakfast, and I think he's on the other side. But anyway, happy birthday, Perryton, from Tootin' Totem, and we're happy to have them in our community also, as we're happy to have all of these. More floats coming up, and we have the cheer bunt, the bass team, volleyball. I think this could be something here. What's that? What other side? They've got some candy for us or something, I think. Now they're off and running. They may be runners, we don't know. Seaboard Foods. Thank goodness I can read the signs. And of course, they're in our community, one of our largest employers, and we're delighted to have them. They're proud to support us, as they do all the time. Some of their staff is on board, even some of their precious children in pink with little pink ears. I wonder if that means little piggy. It could. 100 years they're celebrating with us today. Seaboard Foods. In front of us is a beautiful green John Deere tractor. I love it. First Baptist Church is pulling that. Hymns from generation to generation. And behind them we've got a fabulous wagon. Oh my goodness, and be careful, they may shoot us with some water. Wow, look at that. They missed us. great. Got a wooden a model of their church ringing that church bell. And then we have a couple of golf carts coming down. I believe that's at their hoons, if I can break it. I can't see them over there, but hello. Oh my goodness, look at that baby. What is that, Greg?
That's what they call a rat rod.
A rat rod?
Yep.
It's a rat rod, y'all.
Yep. That's one mean motor on that particular
And
rat rod.
Renko O'Toole is coming by here. You bet. Honking again, Renko. In fact, he was honking at that rat rod to get him out of his way.
Oh yeah.
Now behind them we
Well, now
have.
this is interesting.
Okay, who is this? Wow, that's Renko. I've never seen a truck like that. What in the world is that? Let me see.
I'm guessing that's dry ice. Carbon.
causing
I
that
don't
to
know.
come out? Oh, look at that.
It's nitrogen.
Oh my goodness, they've got three. Here comes another one of their trucks. Oh my goodness, folks, you can see it on the air on PTCI, but listening to it, you talk about the progress of in advancement in machinery. You would not believe what this looks like. No wonder they can service all of these oil and gas wells here. Here comes another one. I think that carries milk, right? Oh no, it carries oil. Right, John? Renko Tools.
Refrigerated liquid nitrogen.
That's right. And of course, Ron is here as was born in Perryton. Shirley and Ron Hensley, his dads, are good friends of ours. And of course, their family has been through all generations, contributing to our community. I don't know if Ron and Shirley got to come up today, but if they didn't, if they're listening, well, hello, people. It's a beautiful day here, and downtown is full. So it's been a exciting time. The most exciting time is watching Sharon Elsie try to find on the sheet where we are. So that's just part of this. I've decided I really am not a Diane Sawyer. Right, Greg?
No, I think you're Diane Sawyer.
And here's Kubota's Panhandle Implement ready to come down. And there's lots and lots of them. I've never ridden one of those. Have you ever driven a Kubota?
I'm not, well, yeah, a Kubota tractor.
What's that?
Yeah, they make tractors.
Oh,
Did you see
tractor.
the people on the Segway scooters earlier?
Oh, yeah.
The little hoverboard deal?
The cover.
That's what I want to ride.
That's what you ride, okay.
That's what I want to ride.
Well, keep those hopes coming.
Got a little bit of a gap here.
Well, there is a pretty big gap. And do you want to take a break a minute? You know that we're being brought to you by Perryton National Bank, who was here since 1919. And God love them, they have sponsored this parade for many, many years. And a lot of people think, well, we're going to be there. But folks, there's some of us here that can't get out all the time. And it kind of makes them be a part of us. And since this is the 100th anniversary, many of our older generations kind of have to stay home. I know I have to stay home sometimes. But we're hoping that they're enjoying this and can remember the 100th anniversary, because that's about this is the only time that those of us that are here will be able to do this.
I wanted to tell you something, Sharon.
Tell me something
and
quick.
Greg. We're now broadcasting on 93.7 my FM.
Oh, okay.
We
Well,
had
that's going
a
to work.
problem with the AM 1400, so we decided to switch over and put it on FM.
Well, have we told everybody?
Well, I would have told them, but it
We
went
can't.
off before we could tell them.
So we're going to have a little bit of problem. So any of you that got it to move over, please call your friends and neighbors. We'll be announcing it. We regret that. Is there a way we can put it on our website or anything that they might happen to look at? But anyway, we're broadcasting. That's the main thing.
That's right.
And we'll have it taped, and it'll be on the PTCI. So you know, you can't always trust them digital things. They don't always work like they should.
No,
so.
they don't. But as you said, anybody that wants to hear the entire production, just PTCI will be putting it on their
Yes.
cable probably in the next day or so.
And they've been very generous to help us with some of these little breakdowns we're having. But
Here comes a good band, Sharon.
I think it's going to be sad, but please, if you're on the air right now, call your friends and neighbors, especially if you have someone in your older generation, and say, we are on at the FM, the FM
93.7.
93.7. And now this is the Liberal Band, John. I hope they get to play.
Well, you know, they're interesting. They're in all khaki shorts and white T-shirts for the first time since I've known that band. They typically wear their
I
full
think they
uniform.
got a new band director.
Ah, yeah.
That's what I want to play right there, those drums. Look at her. production. Wow.
Well, we didn't get too much of their song. They were past us. Managed to pick up a little bit toward the end. So we got more
Show.
floats, Sharon.
Well, they call Now Showing. It's another than our Ellis Theater
Ellis
group.
Theater.
And we saw a lot of them during Hank the Cowdog production here earlier in this month. And I love their float. It looks just like at the inside of a theater.
Yes,
they
it
got
does.
the screen, they got the seats, they got the popcorn. Ooh, that sounds good. Popcorn.
Did a good job on that one.
Here we have the Paragon
Glass and overhead doors. And I think this is their first time in the parade.
Well, that's fantastic.
I read that in the paper.
Well, it's the 100th year. They got to be here because I think they've been here, right?
They've been here a long time.
Well,
Family owned and operated since 1953.
Oh, this looks like one of my cars right
Yep.
here. It's called something Wipeout.
I wonder if they're going to have that demo derby car that you're going to get to drive if you win the lottery.
I don't know, but there's the Perryton Home Design car. I bet somebody's going to be driving
I bet that one's been in a previous
Yeah.
demolition derby, you think?
Cole Merrick, number 35. It's going to be driving that.
It's got a whole
Now,
side of it
this
bashed
one looks
in.
adorable. This
Looks
is
like
in
something I
Into You. That is sponsored by them, and it looks to me like I tell you what, I hope no one got hurt in that.
These all look like my cars.
Well,
Yeah.
kinda.
And yours wasn't in a derby.
I wasn't in a derby.
Coming up behind us is another wonderful float, and something tells me it has to be North Plains Electric because these people are up on these huge not towers, but what do you call those, crossbars?
Highline posts.
Have highline posts, and it's blue, red, and white. Of course,
These are kind of stubby highline posts.
well, I know,
They've
but
been cut off.
Well, they're big. They're big for us.
That's North Plains Electric.
And somebody had to get them together and get there.
Hey, folks.
Well, I like the guy driving
How
it.
are you?
Look at that baby driving that big old machine, and he's waving that flag.
That's a cherry picking machine.
Well, his
Got
dad
some guys
looks
up in the bucket.
Is that your boy? Is that your boy? I thought so. We could spot Daddy anywhere. He's adorable. He's waving that flag. Listen, he may be royalty. His arm hasn't given out yet. He's still waving the flag. North Plains Electric, huh? They've been here 75 years. 75 years, and there's a wonderful lady that's been there for many, many years. She takes care of a lot of their scholarship programs. North Plains Electric, lots of people do.
And they do give a lot of scholarships out.
Oh, yes, but you can remember that ice storm that we had. And we can never forget what all they did and went through to get us back into normal life through North Plains Electric, because it took a toll on our community. But there they are, 75 years.
I was driving on Highway 15 back from the radio station, glanced over to the lot between 15 and the Expo Center, and it was totally full of trucks of all kinds, just cram-packed.
Cram-packed. Well, it's because it's the 100th birthday. We got to stay with it. Now, this one is number 55F7. Can we see which one? We'll have to look at the back. Just a moment, because it's
I bet that's a Beaver Duster.
Well, they could be, because they've got, now the van, John, is, where do you think it was?
I think it's from Beaver.
Beaver, okay. There's North Plains, and this could be Beaver, yes. We want to thank the Bob Lemon and his family for starting this beautiful tradition of offering $1,000 scholarship to each one of these bands to use in their programs from Bob Lemon and the Bob Lemon.
All of them had
Bob
the
Lemon.
same kind of shirts with an emblem on it. I couldn't see the emblem.
Well, I'll tell you, I think it's Beaver High School Band. And here we have, this is the Interstate Bank, John, right here. I don't see that on my line, but we see them up there, and they're being pulled by this huge truck. And they're all out there waving with smiles, as they always have for us. A town, they operate in a town on the move, and that's Interstate Bank right here on Main Street. Been here for many, many, many years. And there we have a young lady that we know. Oh, she got the good job. And here is a big truck. Weldon is the name of big trucks and big parts, big solutions. The Weldon Parts.
Weldon Parts. I don't know that company.
don't-
This is Hargis Trucking
Hargus,
that's pulling it.
yes. Hargus Truck, that's where it is. They were way back here, so here we're catching up. But you know what? They might have had to back up a little bit. Those are some big, they do a lot of hauling. What
They
is
do.
this? Look at this one.
They haul all different kinds of things. They got a cattle truck coming up here shortly.
Is that cattle or pig? Is there a difference?
Mostly just not.
God, John, what
Yeah,
do you...
cows have horns and
Yeah.
pigs usually don't.
Thank you, Greg. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
We always gotta have somebody like you.
You
on
can
the road.
fire me later.
Oh yeah, we'll work on it. What do you think a truck like that costs, John?
I have no clue.
But they do it for us to give us these services.
You buy the tractor separately, and then you buy the trailer separately, and I don't know what they cost together. That's for sure.
Get back.
Several
Oh,
$100,000, I'm sure.
you know, we're
You very seldom see them that clean, the trailer part anyway.
Wow.
The
Somebody,
ones that haul the animals,
somebody
not.
got to scrub down something. I'm gonna have to call them and have them come to my house. It may take that kind of strength.
You ever ridden in one of those?
In the back?
Yeah.
No.
In the Army, that's the way they haul this around Fort Leonard with.
In an enclosed one?
In a trailer just like that.
Here comes
Really?
another great
Well-
new company in town. Our United, isn't this our complete?
This is Unity Auto and Tire.
Is this the one that
Yeah.
comes and gets my car when I don't want to go? do
That's
anything?
right.
Oh, I want to
They'll
thank them from
pick
the
it
bottom
up
of
and
my
then
heart.
we'll deliver it for you.
They pick it up and they take care of it, whether it's a washing or get gas, and then bring it back.
Makes no difference.
And especially women of the older generation, I know they'd write them thank you notes because that is a service that I've wanted since I was 30. So.
And just for those people that don't know where Unity Auto
Yeah,
and Tire
where is
is,
Unity?
it's in the old car dealership,
Herbert.
Car. Yeah, that's where they're located now.
All right, we're still going strong, coming that up, and we love Unity. In fact, while I'm here, I'm going to call them.
All right.
Come get my car. Now you could see that bright lime green truck coming on the road. Do we have any idea what that
That
might
is
be?
a lime green. You're exactly right. Looks like a big worm, doesn't it?
Well, now that you mention it.
It's badly bent trailers.
That's a different kind that I've not seen.
I'm guessing that has a specific purpose. I'm just not sure what it is.
Integrity Trucking is the truck company that's hauling it. This is a minimizer is what this is.
Well, of course. What was I thinking?
Widest track width, lowest center of gravity. They do that for the
What?
balance. It's got a low center of gravity.
Wow. Okay.
Okay,
Turn over.
Now, how old do you think this? I assume that's a combine.
Oh yeah, I don't
We
know.
got John Deere coming down that road.
I wish I could tell you what age that is, but I don't. Is that Danny Thurman?
I
Looks
think
like
it
Danny
is. Is it
Thurman.
Danny? I think it is.
Yeah.
If the sun was in his eyes. Laverne High School Band, Marching Tiger Band, right here in front of us.
Maybe we'll get to hear him.
I don't know. They're walking pretty slow. Maybe they can't. Good group of good-looking kids. You know, someday they're going to remember this, and I know right now they're thinking, what are we going to do? We're in a parade. Hey, look at that bunch.
Harvest
Whoa.
Church.
Harvest Church. Come join us. You know, John,
1800 Southwest 24th.
I don't know how many small communities our size can have a parade, but they certainly don't have this many bands. So that's one more up that Perryton, Texas has. And one of these days, national TV is going to know what a neat time this is and come down and do a special on us.
Absolutely.
ASCO. Now, I remember seeing that here. I think if I could find that, are we going to get caught up? I'm not sure. Let's see. Somehow, they didn't get There's ASCO right there. And they've got 1, 2, 3, 4 cars coming through this thing.
Got a big front end loader
Yeah.
by Volvo.
That's the wish of your life, is to have a front end loader.
No, I wanted a backhoe.
A backhoe.
I'd rather have a backhoe.
You'd rather have a backhoe. Well,
I would.
I'll remember that.
They're a lot funner to drive.
You really want a backhoe?
Yeah.
ASCO. And they also, I think they're willing to let us have their cherry picker here, so that our PTCI will have a place in a good
That's
balance
right.
on that.
They
They've done
do.
it every year, and I don't think we've ever forgotten to ask them, and surely we've never forgot to thank them. But let's
Mahindra's a
thank 'em.
brand that they've been selling as well as renting. We're into all ATVs.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a motor grader from ASCO before, but that's
Well,
what's coming up. It's a case.
A case.
Case.
Look at the cab on that thing.
Boy, you got some room there. I bet he's got that air conditioner going too.
I bet so.
I would. Those can't be easy to drive down these streets, because, you got people running, those children, that would be, they're going to be worn out because they have to be so attentive. Oh, looky here. This is a happy birthday from the Carmex. And look at these beautiful cars, red, white, and blue. Now, somebody thought of that just to be special. 100th birthday celebration. Let me see.
They look like they're all brand new cars.
Volkswagen.
Volkswagen.
Well, somebody shined them up pretty
You know
good.
what the word Volkswagen means, Johnny?
No, I do not.
It means people's car.
Means what?
People's car.
I don't know if it's my mic.
We're
lead.
having a little bit of a noise problem here.
Yeah.
Maybe we got it fixed now. Seems to be sounding okay coming out of the speakers. Carmex went by just a second ago.
Now here we have someone in the demo derby that looks like kind of my car. They're gonna put that in the demo derby. That's pretty good. Wonder what they take for it.
I've
At
come to the
stamps.
conclusion after looking at the exhaust on these demolition derby cars that the demolition derby's quite loud.
Yes.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Yeah.
With all these open headers sticking
Blackridge
through.
Racing, stop number 2. Happy 100th birthday. And then we have someone there riding just like she's just straight as an arrow.
What do we got coming up next? Pastellis. I missed that. Sorry.
Pasteles
Carranza.
Facebook Pasteles Carranza. You have to look that up, or their number is 806-202-8559. They're certainly giving us some candy, which is great, and we're delighted about that. And the kiddos have not been running out the street. I think we're finally back. Well, maybe not. They can't resist that can. But at least the people that are throwing candy. Oh, look at that poor little puppy. Oh, she's just dragging her. Woo! Here we have another band, Spearman. We have another one of our wonderful services for our community is Aqua General Hospital, and they're driving. I don't know what that is, but it's carrying them pretty good.
ATV of some sort.
ATV, you know how much I get out. And then they're all in the beautiful blue. That is the blue of OGH. And Greg, you know what kind of car that is?
That is going to be a Chevrolet something.
Okay.
Cobalt or
Well, they've got their OGH sign, Home Health Hospice, and we know how important that is to our community. Taking care of everybody, having a good time, smiles on their faces. Are you tired? A little bit, but they're still smiling.
Comes another Thunderbird.
Another Thunderbird, V21, driving down this track celebrating a 100th anniversary. Drive careful, gentlemen. And who's this goofball? Sun Loan Company, look at him. I think he's from Sesame Street, isn't he?
Now there's a car.
There's a car. There's a car. And there's a couple.
The Rogers.
The Rogers, right on Bank Street during the 100th celebration of Perryton's birthday.
There's a Chevrolet Malibu, white behind him, and that's the Sun.
And I tell you, that guy's going to be tired. Or that gal.
He's just started.
Oh, he just started.
Sun Loan Company.
Right, yeah. Been there for a lot of years. Used to walk in there talking to them about advertising their business many, many years. And we have a little bit of a break here. And John, we're still working on
I want to
equipment.
thank Perryton National Bank once again
Oh, I think
for
definitely.
sponsoring our parade.
And really,
And
if
hopefully everybody that was over on 1400 has switched to 93.7.
And then if you're riding around and you realize you switched, if you've got an older generation person, please call and let them know. This is one of the things we wanted to do for them very specially, and we haven't got it worked out to perfection. But if you could kind of give them a heads up, they know that we're thinking about them. And in fact, we even have PTCI helping us, so we're all in this together. And this is a
Expressions.
Expressions, a happy 100th
Perryton.
birthday, Perryton. Oh, they're throwing lots of confetti. We're celebrating is what we're doing. And they're bringing us something fancy. Oh, yeah. We need that.
Looks like something to
Thank
eat to me.
you. And look at that cutie pie. 25 years.
I don't see a sign on that.
I think
Gator.
I think it may be part of Expressions.
Expressions,
Yeah,
okay.
25 years. That seems impossible. Here comes a big truck. Who's on that? We can't think
O&B Tank.
O&B Tank.
And they're
who's it?
pulling
They're pulling the
a school on the move, leaving a
is that-
legacy, the
that is which school?
Perryton Christian
Perryton
Academy.
Christian Academy.
Hey folks, we
Thank
got a
you.
lot of kids up there on that float.
Oh man, lots of people. Oh, listen, we take all we can get. Thank
And
you,
water
sweetheart.
too, thank you.
They're yelling at us and saying hi. We couldn't put on this. Thank you for helping us. They'll have to cut that out. Anyway, trying to make it work. And now here people that have been out since probably 4 o'clock this morning, United Supermarkets, did that big, beautiful, free breakfast for everyone, built their float, and Monty's up there at the head. I mean, that is a troop and a crew. And a crew that touches lives of everybody in this town.
Absolutely.
Thank you, United Supermarkets, and all of you there. And there's my special. I think she's going to be a bridesmaid pretty soon. You see her smiling face?
You
The-
bet.
the
Here comes the Pizza Hut in front of Booker High School Band.
Booker High School Band. We got us some music coming. Ooh, that's a pretty sound, isn't it?
You bet. Booker High School Band.
Booker High School Band in great form today. And here we have another fabulous, margaritas. How could we have a parade without margarita? Happy birthday celebration. Thank you. Thank you for being part of our community. All right. Get back and get on that float. They want to see you, Margarita. She's been here for several years, and John, she's another business in town that, I mean, her heart's open to everybody.
You bet.
And you're not a customer at Margarita's. You're her family, and she shows it. Here we have coming up. What is that, John? I'd like for y'all to read first.
That's a demo derby car. I can't read the backwards flag.
Layla
Keep
Avery.
America Great.
I love my mom. And Trump. That's what.
Yeah.
Oh, they've got their Trump flag
Trump
out.
flags out, and
Trump's sponsoring them probably.
yep. Maybe not.
Who contacted
I love
Trump?
my mom,
I love
Layla Avery Goldie.
Avery Goldie. I wonder if she's driving. You think? I think they did have one lady that was going to drive.
Did they?
Well, you'll mind. Now here we have.
And on the back of it, it says Anytime Fitness.
Oh, that's brand new in town.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know anything about that. But
There comes the Kubota Panhandle implement.
I think those people that lived in the city, they have no idea what rural America looks like when you get into the economics and see the type of machines with your oil field.
You know what that thing is that's pulling?
No, I don't know.
That's a hay baler.
That's a hay
Makes
baler.
a big old
It makes the
bale of hay.
round ones.
Huh?
It makes the round ones.
Yes.
Thank you. That was brilliant.
Yes. Being round.
Being round. Here's another tractor driver. He's got his cab though.
Deutz Fahr. I'm not familiar with those types of tractors.
Well, they must be
Green
part
like the
of. They may be part of
John
Kubota.
Deere. There comes some more Kubota. Front end loader. Yeah, there goes the front end.
No, you want a back end loader.
Dump. Got a bunch of front end loaders in this group with the Panhandle
And
implement.
they're all going together. Look at that. It's like one of those wave things at football games. Now that's a pretty cool thing for our TV show, our TV.
And this is another Deutsch Fair, I think. I want to have to find out what
I don't think
where those are made.
Well, I think they might be part of the.
Well, they're Panhandle implement, but I'm not sure the green one. I'm not sure where that tractor is made. They got all the dumps going.
You know what? You're going to get to ride in this one day, in the parade one day, and you're going to get to play like that all the way down the road. Just
Typically, they have a backhoe, but I haven't seen one yet. Maybe we'll before the parade's over.
Well, you didn't show up to drive it, so they had to cancel. Versatile.
Got lots and lots of Kubotas, and here comes a Versatile. That was one of the first big all-wheel drive tractors.
Really?
And this is a Versatile
How many
365.
Wheels, how many wheels are on that dude?
Well, he's got two tires on the front, on each side, so you got 2, 4, 6, 8. And coming up next is Apocalyptic Fabrication.
Oh yes, we've seen a lot of their products
Yeah.
before. Absolutely, glad to
Got
have
a
them in our
50 caliber
community.
mounted on the back.
Oh, that's one of them big guns.
Got laser engraving, silencers. That's the gun store. Custom firearms. And you're going to have to tell us which one this is, Greg.
What's that?
It's Richards Concrete Connect Construction Incorporated.
It's a Ranchero. I'm not.
A Ranchero.
I
We
don't
think
know
it's a
about the next-
Ranchero. I don't see a Ranchero anywhere.
That's the
Bronco
vehicle.
Company from out of Booker, who services us here in this community also.
IMOs is what the stores
Stores
are.
here. There he is. Right there.
And kind of out of, they've got Sun Loan Company behind Frank Oil, but we've already seen Sun Loan, haven't
Yeah,
we?
Sunlone's been here. He was in his costume. There's the horns.
And even bigger truck behind them, another Frank Oil. There went my sheet.
gallons you think that Bronco can hold, Greg?
Gosh, I don't know, 60,000?
Yeah, probably.
I bet that's probably a fair guess.
Yeah, I bet it is too. Bronco, and lots of people drive. I see a kid driving that truck. I think he's sitting in his daddy's lap.
Nice shiny silver tank truck.
And you know, all of these people have taken the time to be in this parade, to be in honor of our 100th birthday. It takes a lot of work and time and effort, and I'm just glad to see all of us standing together, all together, celebrating trucks and cars and horses and buggies and the whole schmear.
F&F Plumbing,
Yes.
Heating and Air.
They got the,
A new company I'm not familiar with.
and they're right here in Perryton. Glad they're here celebrating this 100th birthday. Hey, 100 years from now, they'll probably be running this thing. We'll sell the station to them. They can broadcast. Look at those young ones, they do it.
Country Chevrolet
Country Chevrolet.
and
right
Buick.
there.
I got a beautiful Denali right there. Pretty blue.
I love that color.
They're really getting fancy tailgates, aren't they?
Boy, they are. The step.
You could sleep on that.
I think some of them are even driven
Oh,
by
look
motors.
Look how that's built.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And here comes the country. Can't quite see that. What does it say? Greg, kind of tell us what that says. Country.
Country 2 Incorporated.
All right, right there in front of us.
Well, that's a pretty color.
Hey, that's a Buick.
Not sure where Country 2 Inc. is.
They need to be. And here comes another one. They're driving slow enough we can see them. There they zip by. Beautiful cars. Here's some more. These are throwing candy, folks.
There's a deep, silent, fast and deadly United States paratrooper.
Oh my goodness, what a beautiful float.
An American flag, a
Army
military
and
guy
Navy.
making the salute up on top.
Exactly. Thank you for your service.
That's quite a float.
That's a
Somebody
beautiful,
put some work into
beautiful,
that.
beautiful float. Beautiful float.
Is that an Oldsmobile there?
That's a Chevy, I believe. I think
An
I saw it.
Oldsmobile. They're out on the town.
Beautiful blue and white. That's been painted
Oh, and
really
they've got
well.
some good-looking kiddos in that car. Yeah, they do.
Yep, you're right. That's a Chevy.
Now there's a little gal that's got a tough job throwing all that candy. She's the favorite person in town. They look like twins, John, one on each side. That was C&L. And some of these we'll have to see the back to see what they are because we can't see some of the signs on them.
Great America.
Just a
They're
Great
having an
America.
open house this afternoon
There
from
they
2
are,
to
from
5.
2 to
We'll
5.
be there.
They'll have all a bunch of new cars, right?
Yep. There's the Impala.
Well, they've been
White.
certainly a great addition to our community.
Absolutely.
You see a lot of cars and people buying them, and their lot's always full. And if you don't have it, they can get it.
And they're particularly talking about the Equinox and Traverse. There's a gold Equinox right there.
Ooh,
Beautiful car.
that's a beautiful car.
Absolutely.
Well, they all are beautiful cars.
And the Suburban.
Suburban, we got to have a Suburban.
And they've got some outstanding pickups on their lot too. There's a big one. Sounds mean, doesn't it?
It does sound pretty good.
Now here comes somebody is built on a. Ooh, when he goes fast. 002. There we got something there. That is happy birthday, birthday. And I don't know who that is, John. Do you?
No, I don't. Somebody just wanted to
They wanted
get
to
in their
celebrate with
go-kart
us.
and celebrate the
that 100th
100th
year.
birthday with all the people of Perryton. Did anybody notice that the sun has come up?
I noticed it. I'm standing right in it,
And
sweating.
it's getting a little bit warm.
Well, I kind of thought I lost
Getting
you
a
there.
little bit warm.
Who wanted to leave the top down? Now those are some what do you call those? Those massages hanging. Oh, that's beautiful. And this is a F43. We have the number but not the name yet.
Got
but anyway,
lots of corsages and with their
they're celebrating.
streamers coming down.
Well, they're celebrating 100 years with us, right?
Yeah, well, there's something on the back. Flower pot.
Flower pot. Well,
That's the flower pot.
That's flower pot.
They sell a lot of corsages.
Oh
for-
my word! You
for
know
the
they
teams and the
do. And
dates thereafter.
And that's the Baja 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 Baja.
Yeah, bada bada bada.
Bada 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 bada. That is the McDonald's.
McDonald's.
Ba-da-da-da-da, I'm loving it. That's what that is.
Is that what? Bada da da da.
I'm loving it.
I'm
That's
loving it. Okay.
Well, they
All
got
right.
they got their advertising in right today, didn't they? They're throwing something out. We don't know what. Let's see, John. They're about halfway through. So are we about the middle? And here's a Twisted and Tangled Salon. Now that was listed way back, but I'm glad they're here. So we got the name of their float, and they've got hair dryers. Now I remember those hair dryers. Not everybody uses those anymore, but I did.
Salon of the century.
Oh yeah, there they go. Twisted Sisters.
Reynoso Tax Services. I
Reynoso
wish I could tell you where they're located, but I don't know.
Well, I tell you what, that we're needing them. They're certainly needed.
Now there's a well-used demolition derby car
There's
right there.
here comes one with a.
It has been through a few, hasn't it?
Well,
Oh, it's running.
You think it's going to drive? It's Corbin and Phillips, Bartlett.
Yeah, they got that
Alex
motor running
Weldon,
on it.
Anya.
Listen to
No,
those pipes.
I'm not sure that's. I think
They got
that's the
yeah,
truck.
you think
Fuller.
number one? Okay.
Esmeralda Reyes, hereby
Amen.
Bartlett's, Alex Welding,
They've
Gorman
got-
and Phillips, the sponsor of that one.
They've got their wheels painted up, and I think the guy was up there is going to drive it, and he says he's coming in number one.
Makes you wonder, you see so many of those things that are half demolished, they probably are better than the ones that
Yeah.
haven't even been hit
Probably
They
yet.
are.
so.
Oh, look at a cute train they made here. Fabulous. First National Bank coming down the middle lane. Proud to be here. Got a lot of cuties in their building over there, too. Future bankers right there. First National Bank. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Can't do without them, right, John?
Right. You need parts.
Candy still flowing.
So, on this list, where are we? Do you know?
No, you kind of have to flip them back and forth. But this is the bar. No, well, I can't say that. But anyway, it's the ice cream parlor that we have here.
Yeah, I can't pronounce that
All
either.
you need to know is ice cream
El
parlor.
Arcos. I'm sorry. I shouldn't even try that.
No, I didn't.
Big John Deere Gator there.
Hey, ice
That's
cream.
a
Oh,
four.
thank you.
That's a
Hey, they
six-seater.
brought us some ice cream.
Hey, that's good. Tip Top Towing.
To Tip Top Tower Towing. Now that's a tow truck.
Yeah,
That's
got a couple of demo derby cars on it.
IOU and
Wow.
That one doesn't look near. The one that's on the small trailer back behind has definitely been hitting the rear.
Much smaller wheels on the back of that one. I wonder
Yeah.
if they have a purpose with that.
Could be.
know,
It drops
it stays
the
lower,
it
or-
drops the back end. Of course, you want to hit the other cars with the back end. You don't want to hit it with
Right.
your front, so it drops it below the rest of the cars. Maybe that's a good thing. I'm not an expert on demo derbies.
I'm sure they have tactics and plans how they build these cars, thinking they'll.
We have John Deere tractors right down the road here. Coming up in our parade, we've been on the air
Wow,
for about
here
an hour
comes
and a
it.
half, 11:30. This parade has been fantastic.
Whole plethora of John Deere.
Yes, and look at that dude. What is that, John? That looks like
That's
a tank.
what's called a skid steer.
Man, that is good looking.
Yeah, it can turn on a dime or
Woo!
less.
America's
can make a
tractor,
U-turn.
John Deere. Did your families have John Deere, John?
Yep, we always drove John Deere's. We did have a case once, but most of them were John Deere's.
And John Deere is still around in Perryton, Texas.
You bet. Pulling a brush hog.
Now, this is a machine. Can you see these two coming up?
Yeah, a big old tractor pulling some tandem discs.
Woo. How wide do you think those are, John?
Let's see, I'm going to say the joints are probably 10. So that's going to be 10, 20, 30, 40, 40 foot. Might
Wow.
do 40 feet. That's a pretty big swath. No, actually the wings are longer than the part that's on the actual unit itself. So my guess is 25, 30 feet.
Whew. Now tell everybody what that is.
That is a corn, it's a combine with a corn header, I think. I'm not an expert on it. Could be a milo header, but my guess is a corn header, and that's a CS690. Probably pretty good size combine in their stable of combines. Or that might be a cotton. Well, I don't know. What's that back side of that thing? That looks like it makes some kind of a bale, doesn't it?
You got me. Well, that's the biggest piece of farm equipment I've ever seen.
Yeah, that could be a cotton header with and makes a cotton bale.
I'm guessing you're right by the
Or a
back end
dragon
of it.
slayer.
The Dragon Slayer?
Yeah.
Well, maybe. And we are getting close to the end, Sharon.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I see police cars back behind a group of horses that are being led by a pickup pulling a group of, looks like pioneer people. That at least they're wearing, this is the group of people riding horses. Do you see in the last page who that might be?
On our last page?
Yep.
Well, I don't have a last page. Do you?
Yeah, I do. But the last page on mine says Margarita Steakhouse. We'll see what this is.
Mine too.
Beautiful horses and big old sombreros. Probably got 30, 40, or 20 horses in that, and some pretty young ladies riding a trailer with hay bales on them.
Well, this is one of the floats probably that we didn't get in on the list. But they're certainly driving 5 miles an hour like they were told, right?
Yeah.
Make over the rules.
You talk about it, and I'm going to go through the list, see if I can find them.
Well, I tell you what, it's a beautiful float they've got all decorated, being held with the same G-bows on it. So it's G-bows, we say, and so good for you. And there were these marvelous people in the back with some Spanish music and all their magnificent sombreros and horses. The children are dressed in their native costumes and looking adorable as always. Extremely colorful. And there they are. And John, you see in the movies those ladies that ride those horses. Oh, how beautiful. Ah,
Those skirts cover 2/3 of the horse, don't they?
Oh,
just
I
gorgeous.
want to do that. I would feel like a princess. And they all think that they know how to ride a horse. I mean, I'd be up there hanging on. Ah, magnificent! Oh, they got some good-looking horses and some good-looking peoples. What kind of horses are those quarter horses, John, or just
I'm not sure. There could be some breed of Spanish horse. I'm just not sure. They look like quarter horses.
They look
They're not
beautiful.
thoroughbreds, that's for sure.
But those
So there probably are
the
quarter
ladies
horses.
that were in that float were beautiful, and we have a lot of Hispanic.
Oh,
citizens.
here comes your tractor that you wanted to see, Greg.
You reckon it's the last?
I think it's the last one.
It's coming down. Is that the one they redid?
Yep. It's been out by side the old Bud Batten shop, and it's going a little slower. This is the one with the steel tires, the cleats on them.
It has to do that, doesn't it?
Well, that's the way they were made back then, just for traction.
So this dude that's going to be here in just a minute helped drag those houses from Ochiltree County up to the railroad line.
Yes, it did.
Which at the railroad line they... Oh man, that's louder now than our sirens. I tell you what, the people that were here in the 18...
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
What's the problem?
It died.
Oh, no.
But the whistle still works.
Oh, shoot.
No, can they push it?
If we had a better view of it, we could describe it to you. But it's stopped just before it got to...
Well, maybe it needed a little rest period.
What is that, 11th Street?
But John, the parade, I know a lot of people with as many floats. We got there, it's just a little over an hour and a half. So I thought they did a magnificent job getting together and getting in here. So
absolutely.
And they'll come up with a solution to this, I'll tell you for sure. Of course, there's still so much...
There it goes.
We knew it. Just need a little rest.
That was a pause for effect.
Well, of course it was. It was planned that way so they could see it
Absolutely.
better. As we do things like this, my motto is, you have worked so hard, we've got it all together, everything is perfect. But remember, if anything goes wrong, go with the flow, don't blame anybody, and just forge ahead with a smile. And it works. Yeah, oh, hi there. Oh.
One of Sharon's many friends just came by and distracted her. But this is going to have the name of the brand name on it as it comes by, and it's a Russell.
A Russell. Oh, hello, baby. Oh, what a fabulous birthday present to us. Oh.
That's our neighbor up there blowing the horn.
At our 100th birthday anniversary, look at this.
It's called the Boss.
How marvelous.
That'd give you a ride on these hard highways.
Man, I mean to tell you.
Sitting down, and they're bouncing up and down, aren't they?
They've got something over the steel. Looks like they've got something wrapped around the wheels.
Yeah, to make them not quite so...
here come our buddies again.
Yeah.
But those are the people behind them. Well, Tom, do you think this is about it?
Well, I think
that's it.
This is it. We got people following the policemen who are bringing up the rear.
Well,
appreciate you guys.
Well, you couldn't have had a better ending than that beautiful tractor coming by.
Absolutely.
Thank you, guys.
100 years of
100 years. Thanks for keeping
celebration.
us safe and taking care of the parades from the end.
And Mike Smith there.
Mike Smith, our police chief here,
Yeah.
and of course I think he's maybe somebody sneaked
He
in there.
snuck
sneaked
in and got
to
in behind
You're
the.
going to Museum of the Plains, right?
That's going to wrap it up, Sharon.
Oh my goodness!
It's been a great parade, and
This weather has been fantastic. Nobody got hurt getting the candy.
I just wish you'd had a little more time, that you could have read everything that Mary Brillhart had written up for all those families.
Well, it'll be available. Someone will need to see that. But for those that were listening that might not know, there were so many families on each truck, it was very difficult to even name those. But we did get them in. But remember, you can all see them on the PTCI phone channel 2 here locally. And I know many of you've asked for maybe copies of it because it's the 100. Just let them know. I bet you for a little money, they could probably make you one. But on behalf of Greg, who's been here with us at 6 o'clock this morning, and we'll continue, we'll be out at the Chevrolet place, Great America Chevrolet at 2 o'clock. We'll be going to site to set up out there. But thank you all for listening.
I want to thank Perryton National Bank, Sharon.
Please,
big time. They've been a sponsor of this parade for years and years, and we certainly appreciate it. We had a little bit of a problem with a power supply, and we switched to the FM, and then we got the power supply working, and we're back simulcasting now. And we apologize for any interruption in your broadcast of the parade for the 100 years, but we're still on the air, and thanks to Perryton National Bank, so is the parade of Wheatheart of the Nation, 100 years long. Greg, enjoyed it. Thanks for the help, and we've still got another one to go to, Sharon.
Yes, we do.
So we're going to say goodbye for a little bit, but tune back in at 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock for the Great American Chevrolet Bonanza out at Highway 15. Stop at the flags. Back to you, David.